All right, welcome to the stream. I think we're on. Uh, Today's just going to be a stream about the baseball game, World Baseball Classic between Taiwan and Czechia, or the Czech Republic. Right now, we're already in the bottom of the first. Uh, Chinese Taipei or Taiwan has scored 2 runs in the first inning. First 2 runs of their first of this World Baseball Classic. They had 2 games already. They dropped their first 2 contests. Um, First one earlier in the week um, against Australia. And then last night, they lost to Japan 13-0. They were blanked. So I think this is going to be. I'm just checking. Jerry was going to come on, but he's not feeling well. So it looks like it's just going to be me tonight. Unless. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully. Right now, the game is bottom of the first, 1 out, men on first and second for Czechia. Gonna have to get used to saying Czechia, Czech Republic. Young Wavy, what's going on? This is a baseball stream tonight. There is no drawing, although I might draw in between the commercials just because I have work. Watching the World Baseball Classic between Taiwan and Czechia, or Czech Republic. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Again, Taiwan got rocked last night by Japan, mainly Shohei Ohtani. And Shohei Ohtani hit a grand slam home run. I think it was the second inning. They went up. He went twice. He went up to the bat twice in the second inning. Anyways, this game, Taiwan started off with the leadoff hitter started off with a bunt. Surprised the Czechia defense. Got onto base. Second batter struck out. The third batter, Fairchild, who's their cleanup guy, he almost had 2 home runs last 2 games. He's their big power guy. And Fairchild actually bunted, got onto first, and then the fourth hitter, cleanup, came on, hit a double, cleared the bases, so it's 2-0. Chinese Taipei just struck out the latest Czechia batter. So now you can see on the I guess I can't showcase the actual video of the game, but you can look at the gameplay, and then the box score that I have available up here. I'm curious because sometimes a lot of these games are not broadcast. Well, this one is on Fox Sports, but and because it's World Baseball Classic. But a lot of times, like last year during or 2 years ago when Taiwan played in the World Premiere, um, that was very difficult to watch, at least here in the States, um, in the World Premiere tournament, which they were big underdogs, and they ended up beating Japan and winning the title in Tokyo. First time that Taiwan has won an international tournament, baseball tournament, I believe, in the adult division. As you know, the little league teams are generally pretty good. I remember when I was growing up in Indiana, they would have they didn't call it the U19, but it was kind of like a pony league team. So not little league, but a little bit older. I think high school kids. They would have a tournament in Indiana. I think they would come and play kind of like the little leagues, but pony league. And then we'd go and drive up and cheer them on. It's now top of the second. Taiwan is up the bat. Lyle Lin, CC Lin. It's interesting. You see the names on the back of their jerseys. This guy's last name is CC. His last name is Lin. Just the base hit up to the shortstop. Nice stretch by the first baseman, first out. I don't know much about the Czechia players. I'm kind of curious. If they have like American players or international players that are playing overseas. The tournament is in Tokyo right now. Tokyo being the perennial or the defending World Baseball Classic champions. They won this a few years ago with Shohei. I believe the World Baseball Classic is every 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's not every year. And then in between every 2 years is the World Baseball Premiere. I guess like FIBA World Cup is, I don't know, how often is FIBA World Cup? Let's see, number up the bat now is number 9. I'm actually wearing an authentic Chinese Taipei jersey from the this is from the '09 Baseball Classic, World Baseball Classic. Number 7 is the jersey number that I have. Oh, looks like a base hit right over the second baseman. Tonight looks like the Chinese Taipei team is at least their bats are a little bit livelier. Good to see that. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio from the. Can you guys hear the audio from the game? Well, you're gonna have to follow. TC Cheng is up, number 1. This is the leadoff batter. Kind of a smaller guy. Let's see if I can pull up. See if I can pull up some of these stats, the team roster. Oh, Taiwan just stole second base. They're catching they're picking on the Czechia catcher, Czechia catcher had I guess it wasn't his fault earlier. There was a play. They were stealing third. He threw the ball. The third baseman wasn't able to catch it or get a hold on it, and that caused an error and caused the first run to score for Chinese Taipei. Get the MLB baseball. I mean, if you watch these games, especially the baseball games overseas in Asia, they are very different in a sense. The leadoff hitter again just walked. We got runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the second. It is very lively. There's a lot of chanting. Music is playing. Kind of wish I could. Let me turn off these earphones. All right, now we can hear. Now at least I can hear the TV announcer. I'll turn it down a little bit. Young Wavy, can you guys still hear me? I'm assuming the audio is still okay. Anybody else in chat today? Right now is the second guy. This guy struck out up the bat. 2 balls, 2 outs, no strikes. Pitcher Novak. Looks like again. Let me pull up the rosters of these teams. And so again, especially the Taiwan games, they have very lively. A couple years ago, when there was the World Baseball Classic qualifiers, okay, now we just got to walk. Bases are loaded, and the Fairchild is up for Chinese Taipei. He's been their power hitter so far. Again, last night he had a shot. Oh, he got a hold of it. Back. Grand slam home run. Wow. Stuart Fairchild. Grand slam home run. Here we go. 6-0. I was just about to say this guy has been due. He had both games. Each game he had a shot that just went foul. Yesterday he had the 2-man on. Shot just went over the left field pole marker. They reviewed it. They said it was a foul. Very, I don't know, I guess not a lot of very controversial. It was veering off, but, and wow, that's a big hit. Yu Chang now, number 4, cleanup. Yu Chang is probably perhaps one of the best players in Taiwan. He was in the, I believe, Red Sox and Indians system. Now he plays back in Taiwan in the China Professional Baseball League. You might note that it's called the China Professional CBPL or CPBL. But it's in Taiwan, not China, mainland. Wow, that's a big shot. Big shot by Fairchild. So we still got 2 outs. Everything with 2 outs. Count is 2-1 on Wong. On Chang. Yu Chang, a couple years ago when they were playing in Taichung, Taiwan, he really led the team. Here we go, another shot up. This one's going to be caught, I think. 3rd out. Got a good piece of it, but not bad. We got the grand slam up 6-0. We got to keep it up. So Yu Chang, he had the whole thing where there was he was in the major leagues at the time. And he had considered bowing out from playing in the World Baseball Classic, representing Taiwan. He got pressured from a lot of the fans, and then I believe something happened where the government waived his mandatory military service in exchange for him playing for the national team. And he had a couple big games, led them to a couple big wins. And every time he got on base, he would give the salute, the military salute. That's some of the things with these international players, especially with some of these international teams, or you wonder, like, they don't always. It's not always like the best players, because some of these guys, they're pros, and they don't want to jeopardize, I guess, their playing career. And what might be, might get injured or something might happen. Like, well, for instance, the captain of the Chinese Taipei Taiwan team, Chen, he got hit by a pitch in the first game of this tournament, and he has a fractured hand. So he has not seen action since part of the first game against Australia. Yesterday could have used him against Japan, and then today, but he's on the sideline, he's on the dugout. They didn't take him off the roster. He's still on the roster. Because he is the captain, I guess. So rightly, you have to keep the captain on the team. They should have enough guys to carry them through. So, Fairchild's 2 for 2 today. ESPN doesn't give me player profiles. I'm wondering if I need to. If there's a way to get player profiles on here. Czechia is up to bat. Counts 1-2 now, no outs. Bottom of the second. Let's see who's up at bat. Oof. Big swing, 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Music. We're in the middle of the lineup, first baseman. That was a high fastball inside. I like this ump cam that they have. Tokyo Dome looks pretty nice. Similar, I guess, to the Taipei Dome. Seventh batter for Czechia, Cervinka. Cervinka is. Oh, this order is not. Oh, here they have two Cervinka. This is Cervinka. Cervinka is the third baseman. This is the guy that kind of fumbled the throw from the catcher in the first inning. I'm sure he's going to be looking to make amends. Just get on base. This one kind of right down the middle, popped up. Catcher. Nope, out of play. The catcher for Chinese Taipei is Jigen Jikao. I think that's a Aboriginal name. He's a pretty cool looking dude, very stocky. Has these kind of dreads, or he was there in the premier team as well. And he had a big 3-run homer against Italy during the. This is 2023 World Baseball Classic. So every 3 years, I guess WB WBC. Every 3 years. All right, what happened to my feed here? I gotta sit through a commercial. So Fox, let me switch back to Fox Sports because Fox Sports is giving me, I'm able to look up the player profiles here. It is this, right now it's the 6th, but it's technically the 7th over there in Japan, the Far East. They're 12 hours ahead, half a day ahead. And then tomorrow, Taiwan is going to play Korea. That should be a big game. Korea, let's see, how did they do? Oh, Czechia just got a base hit over the shortstop. So Korea beat Czechia 11-4. So we got one more game coming up. Australia surprisingly beat Czechia 5-1. Australia beat Taiwan 3-0, blanked them. And then earlier today, Japan has not played Korea yet. I guess they're going to play. That's going to be the second game tonight over in Tokyo. We'll see how they do. This is a pool seeding, so there's 5 teams in the pool C. And I'm not exactly sure how this works. I want to say it's like the top 3 teams move on to the next, or top 2 teams. It's got to be the top 3. Oh, Czechia's bats are getting fired, but it's a nice shot. Right fieldman was able to get that. 3rd out. We're going to the top of the 3rd, moving right along. Yesterday, Chinese Taipei was getting smashed. First inning, second inning, I think they batted around a couple of times. They scored 10 runs in the second inning. And but, also to assess the rest of the game, they pretty much blanked Japan. They had, I think, 1 inning where they had 2 innings where they had 2 guys on. Taiwan did, but then was not unable to capitalize. The Japanese pitchers were just too strong. Most of them being World Baseball, Major League Baseball champions. Still, I think anytime you play the game, you got to play with the intent to win. So it looks like Novak is out of the game. Got a relief pitcher in for Czechia. We're in a commercial right now in between innings. So, standings. Yeah, top 3 teams. So Pool A, there's Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, and Colombia. Pool B is Mexico, United States, Italy, Great Britain, and Brazil. And then Pool C is what we're in here. Australia, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and Czechia. I'm wondering why they threw Czechia. Is it Czechia? I guess it's the closest, although I don't know. Because Pool D has Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Israel, Netherlands, and Nicaragua. So I mean, they got well Israel. I guess is Israel in Asia? I think so, right? The Middle East. All right, here we go. We're back to some action. Top of the third. Let's see who we got up for Taiwan. A.K. Lin. This guy had a shot yesterday, do some damage with two guys on. And he struck out. He plays in the Chinese Baseball League.
Fairchild's two-out grand slam, ambushing the first pitch he saw from Novak in the left field seats.
Oh, Novak's still in the game. My bad. There's also a thing with the pitchers in the World Baseball Classic. I think if you throw X amount of pitches, then you can't play for like 4 days or something. So the second game, Korea Japan tomorrow. Chinese Taipei plays Korea, 12 p.m. So what is that? That's 5 hours from now. That's going to be midnight. I guess I'm staying up till midnight. Counts 2-0, 1 out. They also have this pitch clock in the World Baseball Series. I don't watch. I used to watch a ton of baseball. I was a big Expos fan, but ever since they moved to the Washington, that became the Washington Nationals, I still followed them for a few years after that, but then kind of fell out. Actually watching Chinese Taipei play in these international tournaments is kind of the only time I really follow baseball nowadays. I have been to a couple games, but not so much. I used to go to a lot of baseball games live, and was also developing a problem at these games where I had to get a baseball at every game, and if I didn't, I would be extremely anxious. So I started following this guy. I think what was his name? Matt Epple. Where he was like a ball hawk. This guy would go. I have a baseball. An official Major League Baseball. Oh, here it is. Oh no, this is a Big Ten NCAA baseball. All right, counts 1-1, 2 outs, top of the third. Outside. Lyle Lynn is a catcher. So they're playing both catchers tonight. Where are they playing him? Oh, they're playing the other guy at first base. That's where they're playing. So anyways, this is a... being stretched out at 47 pitches now. It's a Rawlings baseball. Still want to see more of that fastball. As you can see the markings on their NCAA and then Big Ten. This was when I went to West Lafayette, watched the Boilermakers play with my buddy Jefferson and his kids. All right. Lynn just walked. It is, you got runner on first, 2 outs. Here comes the Czechia manager out to the mound. And you can see, yeah, I love the smell of these baseballs. See, there's a little battle damage on the baseball. I don't know if you can see this. It's too blurry. The scuff mark. This is kind of where, I guess, this was a home run ball. Where it was, I guess, hit the outside. Once it, not the bat. This is probably where, hits the concrete or something. Interestingly enough, at these Major League Baseball games, if you go early, they open the gates to the fans. No, I didn't catch the ball. This is a home run ball. But there was nobody in the outfield. I mean, in the outfield bleachers, it was just like grass and whatever. So my friend's son ran out there and got it. And he gave it to me. He already had a few. He gave it to me, so I'm very thankful. I have never caught a foul ball or a home run ball before at a game. Shutter duck. That's something that I wish. That's like my dream, to catch a foul ball or a home run. So the method to get a baseball, an official baseball. I mean, you can go buy one at the store, but you want a real one that the players actually played. And you got to go to batting practice. So batting practice, I'll go, I'll go watch the Expos and the Marlins play when they come and play the Dodgers. And they open the Dodger Stadium about an hour and a half before the game starts. And usually the Dodgers have already done their batting practice, and now it's the opposing team, which is the Expos. And I'm there cheering on the Expos, and I actually had seats. I met this guy who had 3 seats, 3 tickets, the front row on the right field bleachers, right next to. So basically, if I'm sitting here, right here to my right is the fence to the bullpen. And then right in front of me is the field. I'm front row. I'm all the way in right field. So I'm a little further away, but I'm front row. And so I'd make sure I get there, right when the gates open. And I'd have a list of all the players printed out, their first names and last names and their number. Because at least back then, the cell phone reception was not great in Chavez Ravine. And also the players, the batting practice jerseys would just be the numbers. They wouldn't have their last names. And so, a nice shot down to the shortstop. That's the 3rd out. That's a liner. Shortstop got that one. So anyways, you need to get the player's first name, not the last name, too, because when you're standing out there, and I'm out there, right, I have my glove, and I see their number, and I know some of the players' names, but some of them I also don't know. They're like bench guys, or they have a whole group of just kind of practice players. There's bullpen catchers, and there's other kind of guys that really don't play that much. So if you know their first name and you yell it out, and they're in an opposing stadium, they're gonna most likely turn around. Who knows me at this? Again, team from Montreal comes out to L.A. You're like, yo, hey, what's up, Steve? What's up, Joe? Jose? What's up? And they'll turn around. And then I'm wearing, the Expos jersey, the cap, and I have a glove, and I just point to the glove. Pelota, por favor, right? And I'd get a couple balls thrown my way. So, and also in batting practice too, they're trying to hit home runs. So, again, I never caught one out there, but sometimes there's balls right on the edge or they hit it into. I found ones on the floor, by the seats. You can pick it up. The ones on the field. So this guy, Heppel, I think was his name, Matt or Mark Heppel. He had a system where he would go with a glove, a baseball glove, and he had something with a rubber band and a Sharpie, and somehow like the Sharpie and a rubber band would go like this into the glove, and it would be something where basically like you would drop it down and the glove would kind of go over the ball, and the rubber band and the Sharpie would kind of wrap around the ball and then create like this little pocket, and then he'd fish it back up. It was like fishing for baseballs. They go to different stadiums. Again, when you're in the outfield, different stadiums, there's little crevices or alleyways or little service areas where they're hitting home runs and there's a ball there. Nobody's there to pick it up. So he has a big rope and string and just ties it down there. So, yeah. But most of it is just getting the player's first name, yelling out the first name, and then, with the glove, pointing to the glove. Because, quite honestly, they're not going to throw it to like an old guy like me. The players. I mean, I've been to so many games too now. They're not. I mean, I'm the last person they're going to throw a ball to, right? They're going to throw a ball to a kid, like a young kid. I mean, I get it, right? Or like an attractive woman, right? And me, I'm like the last person that they're gonna, throw. But if there's no one around, and I'm in a sea of like Dodger fans, and I'm wearing an Expos jersey, and everybody else is wearing a Dodger jersey, yeah, I might get a couple balls. So, you might ask, what's the most number of baseballs I got in an actual game? You guys want to take a guess? In one game, most number of actual game balls. And here's the other thing too: is like there are game balls and there are batting practice balls. Now in batting practice, they sometimes use game balls, ones that are scuffed up. You see them like just now, like the Czechia dude foul tipped the ball through the dirt. They're probably going to take that ball out of action, out of rotation, and that goes into a different bucket. And that bucket, that means they're going to use that for batting practice. That's an official game ball, but it's already been scuffed, so they can't really use it again. But they also have baseballs that are made specifically for batting practice. And I've caught both. The batting practice baseballs are a little bit lesser quality. You can tell the stitching is not as, I guess, tight as the regular game balls. The leather feels a little off. It's just a little slightly lesser grade. The Czechia dude just got popped up. There's one out, bottom of the third. William Escala. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Anyway, so Shutter Duck says 8. 8 balls. Anybody else want to take a guess? Most number of balls I got in a game, besides the 2 that I have. But good evening, Michael. What's up, Dr. Midnight? I actually just not using the. I'm not using the. I used to have a microphone. I'm not hooking it up. I'm just using the audio from the computer, and I'm trying to talk a little bit louder. No more guesses. Missed you on the stream the other night, Dr. Midnight. Hope you're doing good. Hope your parents are good. So, yeah, this was at a Mets game. Oh, back up the middle. Shortstop gets the ball out at first. Pitcher almost got that, but that was decent. Almost got a base hit, but it hit the mound, bounced up. I think it slowed the trajectory. So it was at a New York Mets. It's at Shea Stadium. So sometimes when I go to stadiums too, again, that was easy. The Dodger Stadium one is well because I knew the guy, so I could get tickets in the front row in the right field. But like if I were to go to like other stadiums, Shea Stadium or wherever, I always try to get then either a ticket behind the opposing team's dugout and equal distance to if it's first base or third base. Being that if I can't get a ball during batting practice, I'm like, I have anxieties through the roof. The rest of the entire game, I'm like, oh, I gotta get a ball. I gotta get a ball, right? And so at the end of every inning, if you watch most baseball, a lot of the end, not every time, but a good amount of time, the ending of the first of any inning is a throw out to first. So the first baseman usually has the game ball, in his glove. And so when he's catching it and he's coming out, catches it out, last out, and he's jogging to the dugout, the ball's in his glove, and he's usually taking it out, looking to throw it to someone in the stands. And again, usually looking to throw it to a kid or an attractive lady. Because it's a sea of the opposing team. They're the home team. They're usually the visiting team. So in New York, it was the opposing. It's all Mets fans, right? And so when the opposing dugout would be on the third base line, and so usually when he's coming in, he's not going to throw it out to the first base. He's running towards the dugout, so he's crossing the mound, and by then he's already has a good time and a good chance to kind of scan the crowd, see who wants to throw the ball to. I stand up, I'm waving, I have an Expos jersey, and I'm like, yay, what's up right here? I'm holding out my glove, and got a couple thrown to me. They're actually really good with the accuracy, man. They're throwing it, and it looks like just like a regular lob, and it's like. So the answer is 9. 9 balls. It was a little too much. We did give away a couple. I was with Tommy Lee Edwards. Gave away a couple to some kids that were sitting around us. And I remember there was this Mets fan. There was this Mets fan that was there with us. He sat near us, and then he was also there pregame when we got there for batting practice. And the players were already throwing me the ball. Right? So I got 1 or 2 of them already. But then during the game, when they come out for the time end of the inning, I'd hold out my glove and I'd get a couple more. And Tommy got a couple too. So, and that guy was like, it was really funny. You got to be there. If you ever see Tommy Lee Edwards, you should ask him about the time we went to the Mets game, Mets Expos game, and we got all the baseballs. Actually, they might have been already the Nationals by then. They might have already been the Nationals. And I had a Nationals jacket, I think, if I remember correctly, but I had an Expos jersey. And so all the players were still Expos players. I mean, now that they moved to Washington. And I also had a second jersey I brought for Tommy. So Tommy had, I think, an Expos jersey too. So if you didn't know any better, you thought I might have liked baseball more than basketball. Well, I mean, again, like watching a baseball game in person. Oh, Bad Bunny is at the game. Oh, interesting. Uh, watching baseball in person is fun. Baseball is much slower. So I mean, you're there really like, drinking beer, eating a hot dog, a couple hot dogs, some Cracker Jacks, ice cream. You're really just there to relax for like 3 hours and get drunk, kind of, almost. Not like piss drunk, but just. Uh, and then you're watching the baseball game, and hopefully the game is close, or it's a blowout, or it's in your team's favor, and it's even better when it's exciting game and it's all the way down to the ninth inning or even extra innings. So, all right, that's it for Czechia. Taiwan brought in a relief pitcher. They had a guy on first, but the next batter hit into a ground out second base. So we're still at 6-0, top of the fourth now. Yeah, so I mean, watching baseball is fun, especially if you're going with friends, because it's like a very relaxed thing. Basketball, watching it, um, is a little bit more intense. I mean, there's constant scoring going on, and there's, you really have to kind of pay attention. Um, whereas baseball is just a little bit more relaxed. And then also, I actually enjoy day games. You go during the day, and once the game's over, you still have like the whole night to go, do stuff or whatever. Um, and I used to go to Montreal once a week, once a season, at the end of the season for a week or so, a little over a week, to watch two homestands. So, the teams usually play three or four games when they visit a town. Because baseball, they play so many games that when a team visits the other opposing opponent, they play a series of 3 to 4 games. They back to back to back to back, and sometimes they play back, and then one night, one day, one night, or so on, whatever. Usually the day games are only like either on the weekends or a Wednesday afternoon. Um, so I'd go to Montreal and watch the last, I think, 3 years of their franchise. I would go and catch two homestands. That was a lot of fun, and I would get, back then you could get really good seats. I had, front row, right behind the dugout, just past the dugout, not behind it, but just past the dugout, along first base. In Montreal Olympic Stadium, the bullpen where the pitchers warm up was actually on the field next to, um, just past first base. It was actually very dangerous. They usually put a player in front of the pitcher that's warming up, so that if there is a foul ball hit, line drive, ideally he'd be there to catch it so that it didn't hit the pitcher or anything. But I'd get front row seats, and it would cost somewhere around like $27 or $28. It was great. Unobscured. First out in the top of the fourth. Taiwan player lined out. I wonder if they're gonna employ the bunting strategy. That was actually a really good strategy to start out the game. They started out two of the first three batters. They had bunts. Even the big power hitter, the guy who ended up hitting the grand slam, bunted the first time he was at bat and got on base. They've been having problems getting players on base all first two games. Right now, T.C. Chen, 0-2 count, 1 out. Who is T.C. Chen? T.C. Chen's a second baseman. Oh, this is the leadoff batter. He's the guy that first got on base, scored the first run. They're doing a chant here.
Little experience he's been telling me about
Maybe you can hear it.
down in Latin America.
Shutter Ducks watching the Lakers game. No, what happened in yesterday's game? I actually don't follow the. Oh, they have a little camera inside the Tokyo Dome. Get to see all the different foods. I have also had a chance to go to at Dodger Stadium. You know, watched a few Dodgers games, and ooh, Bud had just pooped.
On a 2-2 chain. Just high, full count.
What's up, Butthead? Come here. Come here. Come here.
Sometimes I miss calls.
Hey. And sit in a diamond club. So now all these stadiums, you know, they have, right? I don't know about this Tokyo Dome. I know a lot of the American Major League Baseball teams. They have right behind home plate. They have a special section. So in Dodger Stadium, they call it the Diamond Club. Those seats are, you know, they're like $1,000 a game, if not more. And you have a separate entrance into the stadium because it's kind of like sunken a little bit. But you have access. You enter the stadium from a different entrance, and then you go through like this corridor, and then you go into like a clubhouse, like a lounge, and they have everything in there is free. Free food, free drinks, free beer, and then they have waiter services that come out when you go out to sit. You know, you can order stuff and they'll bring the food out to you. But like the food is like, you know, amazing. They got like prime rib, chicken, fish, sushi, whatever it is that you want. Hot dogs. I mean, and then all this popcorn and Cracker Jacks. And then you're sitting, you know, with amongst the celebrities, and it's right there. I mean, it's but you know, I prefer sitting to watch the game as close as I can to the field. I don't know how you feel about that, Shutter Duck, or you know, if you're watching a game, if you live, if you want to, if you rather get a seat that gives you the best view, or a seat that gets you closest to the action. So I would rather sit front row along the first or third base line. Almost. I mean, if you take the food and the free food and free drinks out of the equation, I would rather sit front row off of the field. Now, if there's front row in the loge or in the upper decks, that's different. Front row right on the field. Then another seat that usually, you know, maybe if you're a little further up, and you get, or if you're right behind the home plate. Because it almost feels like you can just like hop the fence and run out on the field. Not that I'm gonna do that, but it's like, you know, you're like right there. It's like you can touch the grass. You can lean over the fence and like touch the grass. Lakers couldn't hit their free throws last game. Denver missed some big 18. Oh, wow. All right, Fairchild's up. Stuart Fairchild, 2 for 2, single, grand slam, 2 runs, 2 outs, man on second. Let's see if he does something here. His bat.
Chinese Taipei player has had a multi-home run game.
Okay, so they just said no Taiwan player has had a multi-home run game. So let's see. Did the announcer just jinx him, or and the pitch outside, high and outside. Count is 2-1, 2 outs, man on second, top of the fourth. World Baseball also has a thing where if you're leading by 15 runs after the fifth inning, ooh, that was a nice one. They called the ball on that one? Also, now that you have this little diagram, it looks like a video game too. Now you have the strike zone diagram, and so you get to see where all the pitches are. I mean, in the past, I don't think they had that before. A long time ago. I mean, when you're watching in the stadium too, you can't really, especially if you're sitting far away, you know, all of those things, all of those pitches mostly look like strikes. All right, well, they just walked Fairchild. Oh, double steal. Wow. They pulled off a double steal. They're really picking on the catcher today. They had a guy on first and second. They both went for the steal. Clearly got right in there. So Yu Chang's up to bat. He's their big slugger too. Back-to-back, Fairchild and Chang. Too bad the captain's out. Captain's another slugger. Here's the other thing about baseball is like now like the shorts. They're like Yu Chang wears this. I see a lot of major leaguers wear this too. Like their pants are like shorts now. I don't get it. It's like above the knee. You know, you still got like guys. I like to at least. I'm from the stirrup era. You know, you wear the stirrups, but this guy, if you watch a picture of his pants are like right up above his knee. Basically wearing like long shorts almost. It looks like he has some padding on underneath. So here we go. Let's see if they play some of these audience.
If Yu Chang does Yu Chang things right here, cover your ears. It's going to get loud.
Oh, base hit up the middle. We got an RBI. Can we score 2 off of this one? Yes. 2 runs scored. That's a nice hit right up the middle. Yu Chang, here we go. National hero. Doing his service. That was outside. That wasn't even in the strike zone. That was wide and outside. They were not pitching to him. He just went after that. That was right on the waist, though. The level of the waist, but it was outside of the, nowhere near the plate. He reached out there, got that, hit that over in between the shortstop and second baseman. Oh, here's A.K. Lin. Right field, A.K. Lin. He looks more like a first baseman than right fielder. You know, he's kind of stocky. You would think a right fielder is like a kind of a lanky, fast guy. He's got to run around in the outfield.
On Czechia from the jump. Couple of bunt singles in the first inning.
But out here they're playing. You can hear the music in the background. The chanting.
First extra base hit. And that grand slam from
Uh-oh. He caught a piece of that. Oh, the outfielder's right underneath it. Yeah. That's it. 8-0. Bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fifth? Where are we at? Bottom of the fourth. Wow, this game is moving along slowly here.
TurboTax was beyond what I thought it would be.
The ability to connect with a knowledgeable tax expert and no matter return made all the difference.
They were able to tell me what I needed and then work with me as I was filling.
But sitting in the crowd of the Dodgers-Giants game is always fun for the interaction of people. Yeah, I mean, Dodger games are okay, you know. Dodger Stadium is nice. I've been to a few stadiums. let's see. I mean, Olympic State. I've been to Wrigley Field when I was a kid in elementary school. Watched a couple games at Wrigley Field. Watched the Cubs. I think this was like during summer camp. I remember. Went to a few games at Wrigley Field. Mets, Shea Stadium. I've not been to Yankee Stadium. Not a big Yankees fan. Not a big American League. I'm more of a National League guy. Been to Hard Rock. Watched a couple games at Hard Rock. Joe Robbie Stadium. Joe Robbie? Robbie? Why do I think it's Robbie? Joe Robbie Stadium? Now it's the Hard Rock, or is it something else? I've not been to the new Miami Marlins Stadium. Where else? Been to San Diego. Watched the Padres. They have a nice stadium there. I want to say I've been to at least one or two more. I've been to the Toronto Stadium. I had a room in that hotel that overlooks the stadium, but I didn't get a room that looked into the stadium. And then I used to play a lot of baseball, MLK. Was it MLK the show or MLK? But it was, I think, 04 or 05. I was actually a top 5 or top 10 player in all of MLK. I would play that game religiously. It says Luka Doncic is on fire with 27 points. Dr. Midnight, missed you the other day on stream. Well, gotta take care of. We had family things to deal with. That's okay. Hope you're doing okay. Finding a little time for yourself. But admire you for taking on the responsibility. Good to hear from you. I haven't been streaming in a while. So now, trying to get back into it. I should be working right now, but I gotta watch this game. So one more game tomorrow or the next day. Oh, there's a little blooper. Oh, a little blooper in the right field for Czechia. Got their first hit of the game. Bottom of the 4th. They're still in it. I mean, 8-0. Baseball's a funny game, It's a big game of momentum. A little blooper right in there in between. There was a second baseman that ran out there to get it. So Taiwan has a new pitcher in there now. This guy's all tatted up. Looks pretty tough. Yu Min Lin. So now it's first time we have to deal with a man on first. Let's see how the pitcher reacts. I mean, it's a game of momentum, right? And you get a couple guys on. Yeah, I was playing a lot of MLB. And then, playing online. And it was very frustrating, too, because people would quit. They would quit. They would. You have to keep the game close. You can't, blow them out too much. But, I don't know. I guess I'm playing with kids. I don't know. That's the other thing is you don't know who you're playing against. I used to play the Genesis a lot in college. We played Sega Genesis, and then at one point after college they had a dial-up thing where you had a cartridge where you you plug this cartridge in first that plugged into the phone, into your phone line, and it acted as a modem to call up into the Sega system, and then you put your cartridge on top of that. So you had this huge, tall, really tall, wobbly thing, like a double cartridge. Also you got blow, make sure there's no dust. Yeah, you had the sandbag. I mean, you had to keep it close. You can't blow them out. So I had to let them like get a couple hits. Otherwise, because it was really like that game was you're like guessing what kind of pitch they're gonna throw. I guess it's kind of like baseball. You're trying to guess what kind of pitch they're gonna throw. And after a while, you're playing against throughout like 9 innings, the same person. You can pretty much read that person, regardless of the pitcher that they're using. They're just gonna go with certain pitches. So that's just how I was winning. I was able to like just there's another base hit for Czechia. They got 2 guys on. A little hit right out of the reach of shortstop. They're getting a little momentum here. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Let's see here, 2024. What are they saying about this?
At a world-class major international tournament,
so if you see this drawing behind me, that's the captain guy. That's the Chen. He's the captain. He's out with a fractured hand from the first game, hit by pitch. So I did this drawing for Taipei 101, which is the tallest building in Taipei. At one time, it was the tallest building in the entire world. Now it's the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. But for like a year and a half or so, it was 10 months. It was the tallest building in the entire world. And I did this for the 2024-25 New Year's Eve at Taipei 101. So they took this drawing and they projected it onto the side of the 101. Actually, if you have Netflix, they recently had a thing where this guy climbed the side of the 101. I forgot his name, but there's like a free solo climber dude, and he's pretty famous, and he climbed the side of the 101. That's just actually a month ago or so. So yeah, so the Sega Genesis thing, so you plug it in, and then it would dial in, with the internet, the old like 14.4 modem. You had to dial into the phone to get onto the internet. That was a thing, young people out there. To get onto the internet, you had to call into the phone. And so, that's kind of like how I started playing. I mean, we used to play every night, too, with friends who would come over when we were in school. But then once you got out of school, you played more online. Well, that was like the first kind of online console thing. And it was okay. It was fun. Alex Honold. I don't get it. So, well, they got out of that. Top of the 5th coming up. Looks like Czechia is at least gone on base a couple times. So, in this kind of a situation, you really just it's the 5th inning. So the World Baseball Classic, again, they have this rule, I think, after 5 innings, if a team is up by 15 runs, the game stops. After 5 innings. And then after 7 innings, if a team is up by 10 runs, it stops. So Taiwan has 2 more innings to get 2 more runs by the 7th inning. Czechia has to prevent them from getting the 2 more runs so that they can play the full 9 innings. I'm not sure how it is in the free. Oh, right. The free solo climber. Thank you, Alex. Um, yeah, and he also has like a documentary too about his life as a free solo climber. Um, started watching that a little bit. So yeah, so they do have a thing where like a mercy rule in WB base or World Baseball Classic. I do think like again probably when they first started this, a lot of teams are really lopsided. Um, you can't. Baseball is not necessarily. I mean, the U.S. and certainly in the Caribbean and South America, not even South America, more in the Caribbean, is very popular. Um, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico. Um, I don't know how it is in Europe, but they also have Italy has. Well, I think Mike Piazza is the manager of the Italy team. Oh, there's a base hit to the shortstop. That's going to be easy out. Taiwan's up to bat now. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to, there's no need to embarrass anybody. And if you're up by 10 runs, it's going to be very difficult to come back in 2 innings. So right now, I think, I mean, if I was Czechia, you got it's top of the five. You got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got like 5 innings or 5 chances. You got to hold Taiwan right now. You got to get at least 1 or 2 runs. Can't get all 8 at one time. Foul ball. Catcher Lin. It's got a nice beard going on there. You got to get at least 1 or 2 runs. Break break that zero. Get that zero off of the board. 1 or 2 runs. Then 1 or 2 runs, and maybe get like a big inning. You get a inning with 3 or 4 runs somewhere in there. But you got to start. You got to break the ice at some point. In Taiwan, I think you got to keep the pedal, keep the foot on the pedal. You got a base hit off of the third baseman. Looks like you might get it. No, not gonna get it. Oh, double! Squeezed out a double out of that. Left fielder came charging. He dove on the floor. I don't know why he dove down, but he dove on the floor and then had to get back up to throw. As he felt like he didn't have the angle. It's a nice hard hit down the third base line. Third baseman couldn't stop it. I don't think that's going to be an error. And this is the catcher, so he's not super fast. There's another base hit up the right field line. Is he going to score? No, he's going to keep him in. Nope. Yeah, they're going to keep him at third. It was shallow right field. Got runners on first and third. 1 out. Top of the 5th. Taiwan here is again charging. All right, Shutter Duck. Enjoy dinner. Ooh, it's 8:30. 8, almost 8:40. All right, we got the corners. Runners on the corners. Count is 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, top of the 5th. Chen Wei Chen. Who's Chen Wei Chen? Popped out, flied out, sacrifice fly. See, I'm getting a text from Brian Yang. Getting a text. Looks like he just got back from Taiwan. Let me share with him this live stream. All right, so 9-0. If they get one more, this might only go into 7. Let's see. That one hit off of the guy, but the guy didn't get it. So what is the call here? T.C. Chen, here's the leadoff hitter. Let me play the let me play the song here. You guys can hear the chant. I got an audio of that. Let's see. All right, you get it. I should have that played in the background. I'll get that ready. So that song plays the entire time when Chinese Taipei Taiwan is up to bat. So I noticed that they started doing this like a few years ago, and you could tell like some of the opposing teams, like the international teams that would come, they're not used to that, right? But this is how baseball is. Like in Japan and in Taiwan, it's rowdy. It's they got people with trumpets, drums, anything they can. In a lot of games in Taiwan, they actually give the fans like a poster, but it's not a poster. It's like a print, like an 11 by 17 A3 print on like heavy cardstock, and then it's already perforated so that it folds into like a fan. It's actually really ingenious. So if let me get a piece. Okay, so let's say like this is a piece of paper, right? And they fold it into. I don't know if this will work. So they'll fold. It already comes perforated so that you can fold it up into like a fan almost. But then what you do is like you hit it against your hand or something, and it's actually a really good like noise maker. I mean, me of course being the over exuberant fan, then I run through like 3 or 4 of them during a game because I'm hitting my leg, and it makes a significant amount of noise. You think from paper, but Tokyo Dome is interesting. I just saw the guy just hit a foul ball to the left field bleachers, left side along the third base line. And it seems like they have like this area that's cordoned off with, there's two sections. One that's kind of right on the field where people sit. And then there's a section that's behind. Oh, it looks like there's a little hit shot. No, it's got center fielders under it. That's 3 outs. Taiwan got 1 run in. Yeah, and then there's a fence, like plexiglass fence. I guess that's to prevent line drives, but like line drives all the way back there. I would think like the people on the field should get a plexiglass, but again, the whole thing about sitting right on the field is that you can like reach over and touch the grass, like you're like right there. That's the beauty of being in the game, right? I would think. 9-0, bottom of the 5th. Again, there is a 7-inning, 10-run rule. I only know that because Japan got up 13-0, so they stopped the game at the bottom of the 7th. So there was no 8th and 9th inning yesterday. That game was at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, so I mean, Czechia they've got to get some kind of offense going. They just need to get a run or two, get that momentum going. Can't think about getting 9 runs right now. You got to think about just getting 1 or 2 or 3. Taiwan's got to continue building on this momentum. I know it's tough. A lot of times, baseball, it's not like football or basketball, I guess, or hockey. But I wonder if the number of runs scored, in these international competitions too, a lot of times they keep track of like a number of runs scored. If that also helps your placement, if you're tied with another team with the same record. I know in basketball that counts, right? So they got to keep running up the score. If you're up, you can't just kind of like, you got to keep scoring points because you never know when that's going to come in handy later on in the seeding. And it could be a matter of you could have the same record as another team, but you score fewer points and you don't get into the next round. Now they're doing the wave. Love doing the wave. I tried doing the wave of Purdue. They couldn't really get the Midwesterners into it. I remember somebody commented, "Oh, are you from California?" But it's the wave, man. The wave is universal. Oh, I should have done that at Pratt. Well, inside pitch. At the wave, it's fun. You see the wave in stadium. It's exhilarating as a fan. Also to start the wave. Little pop-up. Shallow center field. Are they going to be able to get it? Center fielder runs out. Oh, almost a big collision, but shortstop pulled off last second. Center fielder came in. 88. Number 88. Sung. Sung Chen Jui. 6 foot. See, the tallest guy on the team, 6'1"? 6'1"? I think the pitcher's got to be a little taller. Czechia just grounded out. 6'2", 40, number 42. 6'3", 92. 6'3", 47. I think that guy started the game yesterday against Japan and got rocked. But we'll see. Again, we play Korea tomorrow. Little pop up out in the right field stands. Oh, just missed it. Second baseman had to run all the way out there. He's pretty quick. I mean, right fielder should have gotten that. That guy had to run all the way from second base. Hit it almost right into the stands. Little pop up down first base line.
Players visible, active in the communities. It all serves a purpose, and eventually to send more players to the major leagues.
Waves over the top of strike two.
So all these things go together.
Yeah, it's wild that he climbed it. Alex did, and he did it without any ropes or any kind of, But I think for someone like that does that, what do they call it? Free something? Free solo? Dr. Minot was at a minors league game. Near the end of the game, saw a woman about 15 seats get hit with a baseball. Her face was so badly injured that, oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, like the baseball. It's like, yeah, that's this thing right now hitting me is not very pleasant. I mean, I can only imagine this traveling like 90 miles, 100 miles an hour. I mean, how fast is it? If a pitcher's throwing at 90, and then the batter's hitting it, it's going pretty fast, right? And you gotta be aware. That's why I always bring a glove. But very unfortunate. Oof. Right in the face. 15 rows back. But I think, climbing 101 for someone like Alex and his skill set is not as difficult as it would be for any kind of a layman person or even a regular climber. I mean, there is no... I think that the building itself is... it's a building. And it's... So you know where all the parts are that you can climb. You got to really watch out for, the wind, faulty equipment, or it's like you hold onto a window frame and it breaks. But yeah, part of it was any kind of spectacle. If you're watching it, are you watching it to see him fall, or watching it to see him climb, or what was the thing? I was actually in Taiwan at the time, but I didn't watch it. So right now we're in a commercial break. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Let's see, who's up to bat next? Top of the 6th inning. Is it Fairchild? It's 2 for 2, 3 runs, 4 RBIs, 1 home run. I don't know if it's possible for him to go for the cycle now. You need a double and a triple. Most likely, if he has 2 opportunities at bat at most, 6th inning, 7th inning, 8th, maybe in the 9th. If it goes to the 9th, might be able to go for the cycle. Shohei Ohtani almost went for the cycle yesterday, but we were able to prevent him from getting that. So they got a new Schneider, Martin Schneider, in 20 seasons. Ooh. Count is 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes, no outs, top of the 6th. Wonder if Fairchild get another home run or get a double. Little outside right in the middle, right in the waist. Let's see. If I was playing a video game, oh no, I would throw it outside. I wonder if this guy has a slider. More like a sinker. What are his? Too bad. You know, what they should do is like a video game. Put up like the arsenal of pitches that this guy has. 3-1 pitch out, just a bit outside. Walks him. I believe it's the second walk of the night. First walk of the night. Designated hitter. Yeah, second walk of the night. He was intentional walk in the fourth. Yu Chang is up the bat. It's a pitch outside.
7 stolen bases for Chinese Taipei already in this game. For context,
Yu
Chinese
Chang was
Taipei
in, let's see, he was in the,
had 4 total stolen bases in their WBC history.
I think last he was in the Red Sox organization. Now he's playing in Taiwan. Oh, Fairchild steals second. That's his second stolen base of the night. Or is it the third? How many does this thing show? How many stolen bases he has? Wow. They are really picking on the catcher here. Yu Chang hits it just over the reach of the second baseman. That scores Fairchild, running in full speed all the way from second. Gets another RBI. Score is now 10-0. 10-0. This game might only go into the 7th inning. This Yu Chang Fairchild combination is certainly a good third and fourth. And again, he's hitting this low and outside. It's not even in the strike zone. He's reaching for it. They must have sent the runner. Now we got a man on first, no outs, top of the 6th. Well, at any point now, if they go up by 15, they call the game. And then after the 7th inning, if it's 10 runs, they call the game.
A game like this to just restore some confidence and belief in themselves. Shut out in back-to-back games to start the tournament.
So Yu Chang, 6'1", 30 years old, 181 pounds. I guess last he was with the Tampa Bay Rays. 2023, he was with the Red Sox. Again, he was a national hero during the 2023 World Baseball Classic for Taiwan. They barely missed out on advancing to the next level. Ooh. Hit by pitch. The league allow. He just kind of stood there and kind of bumped his butt towards the ball as it came in. Looked like it was a changeup or something. Although it wasn't a fastball. I don't think he'd be taking a fastball right on the rear end though, even though there was a lot of padding back there. Yeah, we've got a pitching change coming up for Czechia. If anybody knows the rules for pitchers out in
So I'm sensing a bit of tension between you two.
Well, our heart attack wasn't waking up, but I still feel like we could do more with another one. I started eating kale, and I take vitamins, right? And we're hitting the gym. I'm worried it's not enough. I just wanted to ask our doctor what would happen.
Normally, I don't take supplements.
yeah, so after 2024, Yu Chang went back to Taiwan, and now he's in the CPBL, China Professional Baseball League, but it's Taiwan. And He's like a national hero. He's on all the commercials, a bunch of commercials. If you're in Taiwan, you see him. It's interesting here on the Fox Sports World Baseball Classic website. They're only showing, I guess, the news or anything. They're only showing like Major League Baseball. So let me see. Fubon Guardians, right. So I have not been to a game yet in Taiwan. I do want to go. I wanted to go last year, but somehow the timing just didn't work out. Very lively. Stadiums are a little bit smaller, but still very lively. Oh, opening wild pitch out of the reach of the catcher. You got runners now in second and third. Veserka, Boris Veserka. Pitched in 25 games, 3 seasons, 3.5, 7.95 ERA. Oh, another wild pitch hits the batter. Bases loaded. Wow. This guy is... I mean, he's thrown into a tough situation here.
The nerve gets on him with situations get too big. They lose the release points, lose their rhythm, lose sight of the strike zone.
I wonder where the bullpen is here in Tokyo, though. Because it looks like they're coming out from the dugout. So I don't know if the bullpen is behind the dugout. You know, like Dodger Stadium, the bullpen's out by right field and left field. Right field is the visiting dugout. Left field is the home dugout. And usually the first, first handful of innings, the dugout, there's an area where they're pitching. There's 2 mounds. And then there's an area that they sit at underneath that overlooks right field. So usually they're out there watching the game from there. If it's a nice day, they'll come out and sit on the outside. But then, you know, depending on how things go, typically they'll start warming up. You get the call, ring, ring, ring. And, you know, you got a bullpen manager, you got a bullpen catcher. Oh, look, they just walked. 11th run is coming in. So definitely Czechia's got to do something in the next inning. They have the bottom of the 6th and bottom of the 7th. They get a couple runs. And then you see, you see them warming up. Usually they're warming up 1 or 2 pitchers at a time. So they usually have like 1 or 2 catchers in the bullpen. You know, they're not on the roster, but they're bullpen catchers. They wear the uniforms. That's why earlier, when I was saying, you know, going out to the games, before the games and stuff, for batting practice, trying to get a ball, there are a lot of players that have jerseys on, but aren't necessarily on the team. They're like support players. They all have numbers too. So you got to figure all that out. And those are guys that are pretty nice. They probably, you know, tried to make it to the major leagues. At some point couldn't make it, but then they were able to latch on and still make a decent living. I mean, fuck, I would be, if I could catch, I would love to be a bullpen catcher. I mean, you're at every game, you're wearing the uniform. And you could probably be a bullpen catcher for the, nice shot up in the outfield, out of the stretch of the right fielder. Looks like it's going to score a couple more guys in here. Runner at second's being held, and we got 2 runs in. We got runners in second and third. It is 13. It's got to be more than that. 13? 13-0. 13-0. Top of the 6th. 1 out. The bats are coming alive. We needed a little bit more of this yesterday and the day before, but we're getting it now. And that's the last for the pitcher from Czechia, Vecherka. That's the last. He's Boris. Tough outing for Boris. It's a tough game. You know, it's you're thrown into almost an impossible. I mean, he was thrown in there with bases loaded, and he hit the first guy. So a lot of this is, you know, you really have to have nerves of steel. You have to have, and some of this is like I'd be interested in like shadowing some of these relief pitchers, kind of like seeing how they live and in real life. You know, you really have to have this kind of mental fortitude to be in this kind of situation where usually you're coming in and, you know, it could be that you're coming into an easy situation or you're coming into an extremely difficult situation where the bases are loaded or the guy before you loaded up all, you know, or got into trouble, and now you're called on to basically throw your best 3, 4, 5 pitches out there, get the next guy out, try to get him, you know, try to get your guys off the field. You know, having that kind of mental fortitude, and also like what do they do in real life, like outside of baseball, to kind of help build on that. You know, as an artist, it's definitely something that's you just got. I mean, it's like focus, but it's not the same because you don't have people yelling at you. You don't have like this adrenaline of the moment. You don't have the music. You know, you don't have this playing this playing in the background. How come there's not no sound? What happened to the sound? You got this in the background. You got fans cheering. I wonder if they're still cheering. They're up 13.
Chinese Taipei for the light of their
They
fans.
still are. You hear the whistle.
Well-known cheerleaders. So patient.
Yeah, interesting. They showed the cheerleaders in the Taiwan Baseball League. Some of the cheerleaders now they're Korea has a baseball league. So you know, Japan, Korea, Taiwan. All right, 2 outs. Man on third. 14-0. Who's up to bat? We got Kapka. I think this is the last guy sung.
Not easy to go out there and see 95, see 91, but a lot of low 80s for Czechia today on the mound.
Center fielder.
Run number 15, very important.
This guy's 0 for 3 today.
90 feet away now with 2 outs in 0-2 game.
1 base on ball. 1 walk.
A lot of productive outs.
Well,
At-bats, stolen bases. And taking advantage of very poor defense here today. There's the 0-2 down the ground by
Kapka is the pitcher for Czechia. Pitch in the dirt. I wonder if they have bat boys for the Taiwan team. I wonder if there's an age limit for being a bad boy. I would like to be a bad boy. I mean, I was a ball boy for the Miami Heat in the first 2 years. But, you know, bad boy, you get to wear the uniform. They have guys, they have kids in the outfield, like the ball boys in the outfield. I saw them when they cut out, took a couple shots in the outfield, trying to catch foul balls and stuff. But I don't see any in the dugout. I'm sure there are bad boys. I wonder if they're bad boys from Japan, or if they're bad boys from Taiwan, that the team flies them out. I mean, that's like the manager's son or something. That would be a, you know, awesome job. I mean, a bad boy or a ball boy, you're basically a glorified janitor. But you get to do a lot of cool stuff that most people are. So Taiwan, why do they have a TPO? What is TPO? You see here that they have the TPO is the trying to get the ad out of there, and the box score.
On top of your long-term financial goals, you can also support.
Work pension.
Plan your finances for the people, causes, and communities you love with Ryman.
Get the box score back. All right, bottom of the sixth. They scored 5 runs there. Wow. The offense has been cooking today. 14 runs, 10 hits. I mean, it could have ended here if they were able to score another run. But we're going to play at least 2 more or 1.5 more innings. The battle of the 0-2 teams. We were able to get, Czechia is able to get 4 hits today. Due up is one of the Cervenka, the catcher. I guess they're going to pinch hit the second guy. Or is the pinch hitting the designated hitter? Cervenka. Chinese Taipei has a new pitcher in Kai Wei Lin. Played 35 games, 3.82 ERA. Let's see how this guy is. He's got mismatching sneakers. 1 blue, 1 red. 2 strikes, 2 hard pitches so far. Little slider out of the zone. Got him swing, caught him swing. That's kind of classic, you know? Throwing like power pitches right in the middle, high and inside, and then throws one away. Gets him chasing. The second batter, right down the middle, 95 miles per hour. It's definitely challenging the batters. 95 miles per hour, right down the middle. Let's see where it goes next. Looks like it's a changeup down the middle. This one, I guess, if I'm playing MLB the show, I'm going high and up fastball. Just outside of the zone. Fastball, high and up. Let's see what they do here. High and up. But a little too far up. Too high. Little on the inside. I'd either go for changeup low or down to the left. Outside. Yep, outside, lower corner, just outside the plate. I think I gotta go inside on this one. Fastball inside. What do you guys think? Counts 1 and 2. Looks like a changeup. I can't really tell the pitch. I mean, you can tell. I think the changeup goes like a little up and down. You know, it's like a.
7 p.m. local, 2 a.m. in Los Angeles. Previous day. Swatted in the air, shallow right.
Little pop up right behind first base. Boy, second baseman's he's running all around. There we go. We got a little butt head. A little butt head showing. Dr. Midnight says fastball. Butt head. Where are you, bite? No? Go ahead. This is an authentic jersey. Don't bite it. You guys see butt head? All right, got music up. Music's the first baseman. Lefty. Started off fastball inside, fastball right down the middle. A little outside right. Popped up. Left field. 2 outs. 3 outs. That's it. Oh, this guy's pretty good. This pitcher's not bad. That's able to challenge him. Got a nice little placement of the ball. Kai Wei Lin. Let's look up Kai Wei Lin. Where's this guy been? All right, this is 7th inning, top of the 7th inning coming up. Okay, I'm looking at the picture. And I'm looking at the roster sheet. There we go. Kai Wei Lin, 5'10", 29 years old. He's not in any Major League Baseball team? He's throwing 95 miles per hour. I mean, he's playing in Taiwan. Long Island Ducks. So it looks like he was in the minor league system for a little bit. He was released last time 2022. So he played in AA, AAA. Yeah, never made it to the show. Wait. Nope. Never made it to the show. Or maybe he did. Come here, buddy. There we go. All right, top of the 7th. Either way, if they get another 15th run, 10 runs should be able to sustain the mercy rule here. I think they're still going to give them the ability to play the bottom of the inning. Oh, a little nice base hit up the middle, out to the center fielder. The bats are alive today. Let's keep these bats up for tomorrow when we play Korea. good to see that game's not over yet, but most likely we're going to be able to get the win today. Oh, little pop up the center. Yu Chang. Looks like they took Fairchild out of the game. Yu Chang popped up. Yu Chang was 3 for 4 today. That was the first time he did not reach base. Here we have A.K. Lin, right fielder. Man on first, outside. Okay, Kapka. Let's see what Kapka's got. I'd throw something on the inside. Get this guy to back up a little bit. Runner in first does not look like he's going to be low and inside. Out of the strike zone. 1-1. Yeah, a shot. Definitely the fans have trumpets, clarinets. Clarinet? You're going to bring a clarinet to a baseball game? High and up. I say let's fastball inside, but elbow length, high in the strike zone, inside fastball. You don't want to move too far away from this. Left, yep, that's where it is. Outside of the zone though, so it's a ball. 3-1. What happened to my feed? My feed just cut off there for a minute. High fastball. All right, now I gotta watch a commercial. Okay, here we're back. What did I miss? What happened? 2 outs. Something happened. I missed the out. New batter up. Let's start on the outside. That's what how he started the other guy. A little outside. Oh. High fastball up the middle. Okay. Now I think I want to go low and inside. Oh, it's kind of on the outside. Got him ground out to second. That's the 3rd out. Okay. 3rd out. Here we go. Czechia's got to score 5 runs here. Got to be under 10 runs. Got to score 5 runs. Otherwise, the game is over. And we go home, take a nap, get ready to play Korea. Right, Butthead? I wonder who Butthead's rooting for. So USA has who's on the USA team? Let's take a look at the USA team. So Cuba beat Panama. Venezuela beat the Netherlands. Dominican Republic 12-3 over Nicaragua. Puerto Rico blanked Colombia. U.S. just beat Brazil 15-5. I'm assuming that's a 7-inning rule. And we got 14-0 here. So no, they played 9 innings. USA. Check out the box score. Aaron Judge is playing for the USA team. I don't follow baseball that close these days, so I wouldn't know any major leaguers if I saw outside of Aaron Judge. I don't know any of the pitchers. Yeah. I guess when you're, I mean, I never really played baseball on a competitive level, so curious. So what are the? That's today's the 6th. Tomorrow's the 7th. Oh, tomorrow Japan plays Korea, or actually later tonight, 2 a.m. here, and then tomorrow 7. I think if this is right, 7 p.m. Tomorrow 7 p.m. We'll be back. Taiwan versus Korea. We got a new pitcher in. Jong Yu Zen plays with the Fubon Guardians. 34 games, 3 ERA. Fastball outside, got him 96 miles per hour. This guy, why isn't this guy? Is this guy in the NBA? I mean MLB? Oh, that's a little low. Wild pitch. This guy's in the MLB? So 1-2 count, no outs. Ooh, high fastball. Nope. Nope. Zang. 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 I don't see him on the roster. Well, struck him out. 96 miles per hour. They're basically, these guys are just coming in and throwing some heat. Zhang, Jiyon Zhang, 5'9", 150, 24 years old. Let's see who this guy is. All right, no news. No news. Let's see some stats. Let's see a bio. Nothing, huh? He's not signed by any major league team, huh? Counts 1-1, 1 out. Ooh, high fastball. Okay. Another fastball, 2-2 count. It doesn't say he's been signed by. I can't find anything about signed by any major league teams. Fastball, 94. They're all just throwing heat. If you can catch it and hit it, okay, here we go. Yeah, he has not been signed by any major league baseball team. Okay. Fastball inside, got him to pop it up. Yu Chang's there. That's 2 outs. 1 more out. That's the game. Taiwan's up 14-0. Bottom of the 7th. So let's see who's up for Czechia. It was just Mizik. Prejda. Right fielder. All right, another fastball. So I got a pinch hitter, Sendelka, batting .356, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Those are high and outside. I say I go low and inside here. low and outside. Okay. So setting him up from the outside. I got to go inside here. Or maybe I go like a changeup inside. What do you think? Oh, it goes outside right over the plate. Foul ball. Counts 1 and 2, 2 outs. This could be it. This could be it. He's going to throw a fastball. He's not going to throw anything else. High fastball. That's it. Got him out. Got him swing. Would have been a strike. And that's the game. Congrats. Team Taiwan. 14-0. Thank you for watching. Butthead, say something to the crowd. Are you asleep?